This room was finished in 1700.
And in the museum, and this room is dedicated to the Chumash, which were our local Indians. And I love this drawing here because it shows you what the Spaniards saw initially. When
These are separate individual villages.
Rethinking the land bridge idea of humans getting to the north to the Americas, because it's quite possible that since they were so advanced, that they came by boat. Okay, so and
You said the Chumash were from here, Lima, Peru, and
no, I said their DNA has
their
been
DNA.
found.
Yes.
Person
That's a
or
whale
for the chief.
vertebrae. 1820 chair.
Which is amazing.
The largest Chumash collection in the Museum of Man in Paris, not here.
Okay.
This is the porch.
Until the early 1800s when they decided to make it 2 rooms wide, and then you see we've gained in resource and ability and have this stone exterior. So it's a great place to look at the difference in what we were able to do in the 1700s versus the early 1800s. It takes about 4 hours to heat up that oven.
So early 1800s. Same with the floor. This floor is original.
Look at faith and charity. Those are Indian faces. So they obviously went from their own imaginations on those two.
That is interesting.
And so did you all visit San Miguel? Yeah. Which is quite amazing. And if you looked at the fountain that you passed in the front, the fountain out front was the source of all water. To begin with, okay.
Mass for Fiesta going on now.
Fiesta has a fabulous history because in our beginning, people lived on ranchos and they were very okay. And so once a year, Fiesta time, people would visit one another. And so they would come. If you had if you had a large rancho like Dos Pueblos. People would come from everywhere and come and stay with you, and you would host everybody, and it was a great fiesta. And that is what we celebrate here. That's the history of Fiesta for
Entering the sanctuary.
in the daytime when tours are given. They're given by docents who are volunteers, of course, and the money that you pay goes to restoration of art. So that's our function. There is one artifact here that was gifted to the mission that is pretty special. She's over 500 years old, and that's Pietà, the statue there in the niche. The outside of our sanctuary has two styles. So this is the plate by Vitruvius, and this is a photograph of the front of the mission.
Oh, okay, I just didn't see the
So neoclassic architecture is all about remarkable because it shows God in three figures. About mid-1800s, the Pope decided that we were confusing the indigenous people by painting God. Under the whole altar area is a crypt. That's a burial room, and it's accessed through this rectangular plaque here, which has on it engraved the names of the Franciscans buried there. Those 4 holes in the corners are locks, and you lift that, and there used to be earth, stairs carved out of the earth, which have since worn away, of course. So we use a ladder service down there.
Have you been down there?
I have not. I've seen pictures, but they are busy retrofitting. He's actually buried standing up in the wall.
So he's in what looks like an armoire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a place of honor.
Yes.
And St. Anthony and St. Francis. Cared for him all of his life.
Oh.
And her 2 sisters, I think, or a sister and another woman.
St. Clair and
St. Clair.
her sister. Okay, and St. Clair took care of St. Francis?
She did.
Who was up in the front?
That are on the face of the mission. Okay, so that you're oriented. Surviving Indian-made altar and tabernacle in the whole mission system. Yes,
Altar?
made.
Uh-huh.
And
Do you know what year it was made?
Well, it had to be probably in the 1700s.
So this is the original and today. Mass graves.
Yes. Like, for instance, a family will have a family plot.
Family crypt, yeah.
Yeah, and then one generation will be in there, and then when the next generation comes, they recover those bones and put the next generation in. So it's all the same family. And the parents is accurate. It's called Juana Maria.
Juana Maria, Ireland and the Blue Dolphins, was buried in this area that I'm standing in right now. So here we're looking inside of a crypt. Someone threw a bunch of money in there. The Padres are buried in here.
It used to be open and we could walk through, but they're busy retrofitting it or doing something or other. The last surviving full village.
Too bad for this video you can't smell this. It's quite a unique smell.
So they originate from Chile, where they're almost extinct.
This
But we
tree,
have many here. Land wine palm.
and it creates fermented wine.
But you kill the tree when you do it.
Here's the front. You can see from Summer Solstice they still have the chalk drawing. So this is the water for the whole town originally. This is where they used to, this was their water source.